Hi, welcome back to f.u.n Ranch, here on a ranch simulator. I'm still focusing on getting a better setup on the ranch, sorting things a bit. Between our daily tasks, like now picking up eggs and clearing pens, our first full compost bin. Cool. Anyway, we'll have to make time to get to everything. Doesn't mean the setup we're gonna have now will be the final. Things might still change in the future. After our daily session of milking, we only milk the cows once a day now. In real life we would have milked them twice daily. Spent some time picking up some more eggs. Sorted some eggs for product. Weren't in a mood to make product, so there's too much happening at this moment. When it was done, placed the expensive chicken coop, then a barn, front 2 middles and the back. Wasn't in the mood to complicate things, so I just lined it up with the eye. Moved the chicken coop so that it's nicely between the 2 barns. Then I moved the planks closer. The chicken coop was the first one to be done. And upon close inspection I was happy with it, although we'll have to get a fence around it. There's way too many doors. Next morning finished with a barn. Then I placed some feeding troughs and water troughs. Also 2 stables, since this will be for the horses. I still wanted to get a second horse with almost no stats, and then I can train it and see how long it takes. But that will be for in the future when we have a time to do it. And when I finished it, the fencing was a hassle as per usual. Kept us busy until late. But I finally had an idea of what I wanted. Now it was just a thing about finishing it up. Placed the windmill and the granary behind the chicken coop. Should be enough to feed both barns and the chicken coop. Then I went down to the car dealer shop. Accidentally bought an SUV because I wasn't concentrating. But that's okay. Bubbles always said she wanted an SUV, so now she can have one. Then I bought a pickup truck because I didn't want to unhook the van from the big trailer, and 2 vehicles is definitely better than 1. And at the hardware store, bought another large trailer with a lot of metal and concrete. Back home I finished the granary and the windmill. After cleaning the pen, spent the rest of the night sorting eggs. Next morning, placed the fertilized eggs back. It was time to make some money and kill some pigs. We're not the brightest bunch. Next morning we were still busy harvesting pork, and I was quickly running out of cooler boxes. I decided to make myself some more work and clear out the pork pen, since we were planning on building a new pork pen, and it will be just much better since there won't be a tent in the way the whole time. I really hope in a future update we will change it so that we can move a tent. I placed another granary and windmill next to the barn. Mostly it was just for backup in case we forget to fill the other granary. I had to go back to the hardware store to buy more metal plates. got attacked by another bear, and with a gun in hand I couldn't get into the car. I didn't know I could run and reload the gun without losing speed. Once I figured that out, the bear didn't stand a chance. When I headed back to pick everything up, I think in time I'll clear all these trees as well. Back home I could finish the windmill, and we even had some metal spare. Then I carried on harvesting pork. Soon I'm gonna need more cooler boxes. Then I moved the horse into its new stables. Must still figure out how to rename the animals. Moved the chickens to a new chicken coop. Now the fun part started, the destruction. After everything was destroyed, started working on a new pork pen. It didn't quite work out, so I had to break everything down again and start all over. Our second attempt didn't go much better. But finally the new pork pen was done. I had to build it next to a barn we built last, and it turned out to be very nice. Late that night I was finally finished with a new pork pen. Then I built a double gate system, since the animals love to run for an open gate. And I had time to finish the fence at the beginning of a ranch next to the gate. After paying some attention to the animals, went down to a hardware store and bought an animal trailer. Then it was down to the general store, where I bought a new female and male pig. The way pigs are breeding in this game, I wasn't too worried. Soon we will have more than enough again. Then I bought a beef cow and beef bull. Was kind of disappointed. I was hoping that the Drakensburger here, but nothing. Like you can see in the picture, it's a beautiful bull. And the two pairs easily fit into the animal trailer, and without any problems. The animals seemed content in their new pen, which I now decided wasn't a pork pen anymore, it was for both. Until we can build another pen for either one of them. I must add though, if this was real life I would have bought 2 cows. Bulls in a pen just causes havoc, and artificial insemination isn't that expensive. Just a little bit of useless information. It was time to pay attention to the rest of the animals, like clearing the pen and milking. Then I went to pick up the SUV from a car dealer. We'll come back later to harvest this bear. And now whenever Bubbles are online, her SUV will be waiting for her. Then I started packing the small truck. This is going to be a very long day. Stack some pork meat near the mincers and sausage makers. There were no rush, so I'll see when I can get to it. Salami were good money, so who knows. Refilled the salami preserving bins. It was time to make some more cheese. We already had a lot of cheese ready for the market, so let's load it up. Next morning carried on much the same, we're filling up the cheese preserving bins, and carried on with getting the truck ready for the market. Damn, the salami really goes fast. Then it was off to the chicken coop to collect some eggs. It was already too late to go to the market, so I just relaxed, sorting eggs. Next morning after milking the cows and goats, wow, we have a lot of milk for cheese, and at this moment cheese was our best product. Then it was time to head to the market, and wow, that's a decent amount of money. So after selling our product, bought some egg baskets. The egg baskets were mostly for the greenhouse, but yeah, it's good enough for eggs as well. And we were running out of milk, so while we're here, we might as well buy some milk for cheese. Also seeds for the greenhouse. I wasn't sure when we're gonna get time to do this, but we'll get to it. Okay guys, I think that's it for us for this episode. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and as always, have fun!